Well, a suitcase full of metal statues, you see it right here, turning out to be a cover-up for smuggling cocaine.
Border Protection officers gave us a behind-the-scenes look at the drug bust. It happened inside the airport this week. Our Haley Mason is live at Hartsfield-Jackson International. Haley, tell us what else you've learned.
Sharon, despite all of the technology we find inside the airport, U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers tell me one of their biggest tools is simply talking to people, finding out where they're going and why they're here. Well, this week, those inspections led to pounds of cocaine.
At first glance, they resemble yard art, but these colorful statues are actually vessels for crime used to smuggle nearly 3 pounds of cocaine in the Atlanta airport, a street value of at least $40,000.
In her baggage were these statuettes, shall we say, but they're metal, and they had metal backings on them, which was extremely difficult to remove.
Police say a 24-year-old woman from Honduras was here as a courier, shipping things for people into the U.S. Agents initially stopped her looking for possible illegal food.
And in looking for the food products, noticed that something was off about these statues.
X-rays led agents to put these hand tools to use and crack into the sophisticated 1970s-style packing.
You hear just a good old-fashioned pry bar. We'll sit there and the officers will get it under there and pop it apart. So you can see it was ripped out. We had to use cutters to snip the back of this off.
The drugs were headed to the streets of Atlanta and possibly across the region. Narcotics, including ecstasy and heroin.
Do you want your kids having access to this? That's all you need to ask yourself. If you say, do I want this being sold in my schoolyard?
With Border Patrol at the center of a national debate and a government shutdown, agents say there aren't any ports that are immune to smuggling.
So on a land border, you usually get quite a bit more because we get 1.5 kilos. They would get, say, 10 kilos because they're transporting it by truck right there.
They say this time the woman at the airport didn't know the mail she was carrying was contraband, but agents are always on the lookout.
They can judge based on your travel patterns and the way you're acting while you're in front of them, what kind of bags you may have, and really what you're coming to do.
Now, every day, officers tell me they inspect more than 1 million people a day and seize about 5,000 pounds of drugs. Since this woman from Honduras was not aware of what was inside of those figurines, they say she was simply sent back to her home country. Reporting live at the airport, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.
Thank you, Haley.